Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bala's podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in and showing up for yourself from wherever you are in the world, whether it's in the US or somewhere around the globe. We thank you guys for being here so much. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you let yourself cry? And I know normally when it comes to crying, it might be a sensitive topic, a taboo topic. A lot of people don't think it's maybe appropriate to cry, or when is the last time you felt like you had to have permission to cry? Were you not allowed to cry at some point? Maybe crying is something that you think you only need to do at a funeral, when someone in your life passes away, or maybe at a wedding where emotions are high and love is in the air and you're crying for that reason. But when's the last time you actually just let yourself cry? And I'm not talking about crying just because you're sad, or if you're crying because you're happy, that's really good. But sometimes life gets heavy for us. Sometimes we just need to release. And that release can come with tears. The water that lubricates your eyes, and you're releasing that energy from yourself. Maybe there's a lot going on in life and you've been carrying and holding it, and you need to love yourself and give yourself permission to let it go, to let it out, to flow. A lot of times in our culture and society, or even sometimes in movies or TV, it's not something that's always, encouraged. You don't see it. At times men are supposed to be a certain way, not cry, show their emotions, or whatever it is that we've all maybe heard, believed, thought, saw growing up or in our lives that I couldn't do it. Or maybe you cried and you had to do it in private, in secret, where no one could be around you to see you go through that, because it's such a vulnerable, sensitive part. Something that I can't show the world this. I will share with you that in my senior year of college, I was going through so much growth and evolving as a person. And I was a student leader, and there were so many times that what I would say to myself, that I cried behind closed doors, because I felt like I was going through an internal transformation for myself. But there was also times when I visibly was in front of my peers and I would cry, I would break down. Something was really tough, really challenging, having to make really hard decisions. And it's an energy part of you that is going to say, hey, I'm coming out whether you want me to or not. And there's times people cry when they're under an influence. Maybe you've been drinking, that's where your walls come down and people will say, well, the real you comes out, or those emotions come out, and that's how you cry, right? There's ways to make it easy, trigger it, right? There's ways that it's like we become another version of us, and that side of it comes out. But it's okay to cry. There is literally nothing wrong with crying. And if you think there is something wrong with it, I want you to really ask yourself, why do I think there's something wrong with crying? I'm a human being, I'm not a robot. If you have felt love and lost and different experiences in life, this is just another part of that, of being human, is feeling, of letting things out in your life from yourself, that it's totally normal. So when is the last time you cried? Some people cry very easily a lot. Even tough guys do it, right? Everyone has a reason to cry. Whether you found the love of your life, you're in your dream career, you got the promotion, you said yes to yourself. So many reasons out there to cry. And again, it doesn't always have to be because of the worst thing in the world just happened and that's how I get to cry. I cried recently, and sometimes when you're crying, again, there's not always really a reason for it. It's just a part of you that is kind of, it's like when you're holding your breath, and you can finally exhale. That's a feeling. Finally, you're letting yourself just release all that. It's like if you've been sitting too long and you got to get up and move, or you're like, I need to go to the gym, I need to go for a run, you're releasing an energy there. You're like resetting yourself. You're allowing yourself to feel something that's perfectly normal, natural for humans to feel. And there should be no reason why we don't do it more often. So, if you've ever had a hard time with that, it is something to explore, but know that it is totally okay to cry. Or maybe you can just completely ignore all this and go past this episode because you don't want to hear it and it doesn't matter, which is totally fine too. But I'm telling you, we're all human. We have the permission to give ourselves the permission to cry if we need to. To cry for all different reasons, to cry for ourselves, to cry for how proud we are of ourselves, how far we've come, to cry when things are not going well, to cry when you just want to cry, to feel yourself again, to hug the younger little version of you, the older version of you. There's so many reasons to cry that it's completely natural and okay. It shows vulnerability, which is powerful. It shows you are deep in touch with yourself and you're not doing that for other people, you're doing it for you. It is a gift to be able to do that. And yes, at times it takes a lot of work for us to get to the point that we can also give ourselves permission to do that, because maybe growing up, it didn't feel like you could do that easily, or you weren't allowed to. No one said it was okay. But I'm telling you, it's okay to feel that. It's okay to cry for all sorts of reasons. And if you have to start out by doing it on your own, totally fine. No reason. So give yourself that permission to love yourself enough, or just to love yourself, to hug yourself, and to let a tear out from time to time. It's healing, it's therapeutic. It's part of being human, again, like I've said, part of development, part of us evolving and reaching ourselves on a much deeper spiritual or just human level. To just occasionally let the waterworks out. And if sometimes you have to, you know what, go for it. Go turn something on, some music or a movie or something that helps you get to that. A form of also maybe a meditation to that. And that's a process too that allows us to do that so we can release. So thank you guys again for tuning in. I hope you cry sometime soon for good reasons, or not, it's okay, it's normal. But yeah, just go love yourself, please, for yourself. Till next time, catch you guys later, have a good week.